This thing here is a $99 follow focus from SmallRig, part number 3010. And the good thing about this is you don't need to have the camera mounted to rails to be able to use this. The rail that this mounts to simply attaches to the left or the right side of your cage or camera if it has threaded mounts there. I'm going to show you how to set this up. I'm going to show you some of its features, and that'll be that. We'll have you out of here in like 5 minutes. But first off, why would you want to use a follow focus in the first place? Well, the whole idea with this is it allows you to manually focus a bit smoother than if you were turning the focus ring yourself. If you have a cinema lens like this one here, or a camera lens that doesn't have autofocus, this is going to allow you to turn that pretty smoothly. Now this will of course work with an autofocus lens as well if you want a little bit more control when you're racking focus, and they include something to allow you to do that, which I'll talk about in a bit. But first things first, let's set this up and attach it to my cage. Now this cage is from a rig that I set up before. I'll pop that video link up there for you if you're interested in that. So to attach this, simply find your mounts on the side there and screw it in. How's that overhead angle? Looking good. Don't worry about the height of this or anything like that, because this part is all very adjustable. All right, so that is on there right now like that, okay? So now, with this part right here, put it on so the gear is going to be connecting with the gear on the lens right there. Just slide that in. And make sure that the gears are lined up so they're touching. They don't need to be completely like lined up there. It could be slightly off, but as long as they're touching, that will work. And then just tighten that knob on the side right there. Okay. And if it isn't properly flush or anything like that, you can completely adjust this. So if I loosen it off right there, you see how, let's do that, loosen that. You see how this completely moves around? So you can completely adjust the angle. So basically, the best thing you can do is loosen it off, get it so that it attaches there, and then simply just tighten these all back up. Like that. And that's pretty much it. And now you can see there, as I turn this, it turns the focus on the lens. There's the overhead view there. Very straightforward, very easy to use. Nice little feature that they have in here as well is these two little knobs here can be adjusted. So if you want your focus in and out points or your A and B points to be at a certain point, you can turn that to wherever that is, tighten that up, flick that over there, and now your focus will only go between those 2 points. So if you need to rack focus from one point to another point and you're doing the same take over and over again, and you want to make sure that you just have the same focus distance or the same focus throw, you can do that. And if you just don't need to use that anymore, you just flick that up and now you can go all the way around. You see with this lens, it has a really big 330-degree focus throw, so you're gonna have to turn this quite a bit. And if that was the case with your lens there, you actually have a gap in the side there. I've never used one of these, but it's called a focus whip, and you can put that in there. Essentially, it's gonna be something that comes out the side here and you can turn it and it's gonna turn this faster, basically. So very straightforward and very easy to use there. But now let's loosen this off and put on a different lens, a lens that doesn't have gears attached to it, so you can see how this other system that they give you would work. Let's do that, take that lens off there, exposing that sensor upside or face side up, which you should never do because dust can just go straight in. So this is basically going to be a gear that now attaches to this. So if you wrap this around your focus ring, you can see how this works in my overhead view here. This basically threads through there and there's little teeth in there that grip the gear, and that will just hold it in place like that. So let's thread that round, pop that in there, just like that. And I guess you could buy a bunch of these, or if you just wanted to just use the one, you could just cut that off if you want to, because I mean that is hanging there like that and it's not going to work great if this kind of gets in the way there, so you could just cut that off if you want to. I know there are a bunch of other different kinds of these out there that you can get. This is just the one that SmallRig provides you with this kit. So now let's attach that, tighten that back up, and you can see how quick that was just to add on there. And now that's turning the focus. Actually, it doesn't even interfere with it really, because the focus throw on that lens isn't that much anyway. So there you go. A/B points again. Click that up. And that's that. It's as simple as that. Very straightforward, very easy to use, and I like that it's a good handheld setup and you don't really need to have the rails on there too. So that is the SmallRig Mini Follow Focus. Really impressive little piece of kit for when you want to shoot handheld and if you need to manually focus. A lot smoother to control than just turning it like this. That's just a much more efficient way, a smoother way of doing it. SmallRig is really smart with some of the things they've been coming out with recently. That's a little teaser for next week's video. That's a mini matte box. That takes the round filters to the front. Very useful. Yeah, that's, wow, look at my hair just popping out the side there. I really, really need a haircut. I look like a steak without a hat on. The only thing holding me together is these t-shirts, which are made from cuts, made by cuts, in fact. Look at this. This is one of their styles. This is the split hem there. Nice little stitched cross there. Split, just a nice little design. This is the round neck version, but there's also a V-neck version, comes in a bunch of different colors. Or if you prefer, they have the elongated style as well, which is a curved hem along the bottom there. You see how it goes up? A little bit longer on the front, a little bit longer on the back. I love this style. Just sits longer down on your waist there. Again, a little stitch across there, nice little detail. This one again, round neck, but it does come in the V-neck. I'm not a V-neck guy, I like my round necks. If you haven't tried them, you absolutely should. There's a 15% off discount code down below. They don't lose their shape in the wash. They just brought out their summer collection, which is a bunch of really fresh styles, fresh colors. Give it a go, there's a link down below. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.